Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith King, bringing you news from beyond the mirror, from the other world. And today we are in a very special episode of King of the Arena. Today I wanted to showcase Vanessa in arena mode. Unfortunately, she is not that strong, but I did equip some good items to her so she could be a little strong for me. But don't get me wrong, she is an incredibly powerful hero. I found out some very incredible things about her while I was recording this King of the Arena video. I unlocked her slots, I gave her some decent items. Did she do good in arena? Of course not, because she's not level 46 yet. But on that subject of levels, the level cap has been increased to 50. So if you are so happy and pleased that you just now got your character up to level 46, well, I got news for you. The cap has been increased to 50. He's not maxed out yet. That's how I feel right now, because I was just about to max out Carl, and level cap has been increased. So now I have to work on Delens again. And luckily, they did give us a selector today, so I do get to get Delens up to level 48. But unfortunately, would you look at that, the maintenance was up so long that I could not go to the daily dungeon today and get my fire elemental. If I had that fire elemental, I would have been able to level up Delens to level 48 today, and I wouldn't have to wait another week. But unfortunately, okay. I'm gonna calm down. My fellow gamers. I'm gonna calm down. I have to wait another week because of the maintenance. I was hoping I could have gotten at least an elemental selector instead of 2 worthless 6-star heroes I don't even need, but that's okay. That's fine. At least they still gave us some 6-star heroes, and I have to tell you this, my fellow gamers, developers have really worked hard on this game. This update is huge! It is huge! I'm not surprised it didn't take 2 days, because they have done a lot of changes with this game. And it's really, really hard to update all of these details in the game in at least 1 day. Now, I'm going to give the developers a benefit of the doubt here, and I'm not going to get angry or anything, because it is hard work, and I am going to thank them. I'm going to thank developers for working really, really hard the way they have and making this game the amazing thing that it is. So yeah, let's give the developers a round of applause, my fellow gamers. Okay, shut up! Thank you. I am very, very tired, my fellow gamers. I have been up for at least about a day or 2. Haven't got much sleep. So, I am still very happy. That's not getting in the way of my happiness, my fellow gamers. I am so very happy and pleased that I get to show you guys and gals out there what this character can do, because, wow, it's very interesting. I haven't seen anything like this in 7 Nights before, ever. And I am very glad that I got to show it to you guys. Yeah, but before I show you what exactly she can do, I'm going to, as promised, I will showcase her in arena, but I have to tell you right now, she's not at her best. So, you just prepare yourself, alright? Now, I partially blame the AI for most of the things that happen in my showcase videos. I tried to add different characters a lot in most of my King of the Arena videos, and that's probably one of the reasons why I lose so much here. The reason for that is sometimes my team isn't suitable for that certain character, and then it causes me to lose. But I don't really blame my team this time, because the heroes I actually have are actually quite good. And she is actually a lot better than what I thought she was, and I don't have very good items on her, and she was actually doing a decent job. But as for the AI, it was just being stupid as usual. It should have used Yenguani's other ability and not this one. Why? Why did it use this one? The other one would have done so much more damage. I just don't get the AI at all. as you can see here, I was doing decently well, but Tio, again with this Tio, I'm telling you, this Tio's getting on my last nerves. I really don't like Tio. It wasn't only Tio though, it was her too. She played a strong part in there. Sorry, I'm forgetting everybody's name. I can't remember her name. I use her all the time. Shoot! I guess that's what lack of sleep does for you, my fellow gamers. Try to get your sleep, my fellow gamers. When your mom and dad tell you to go to bed, you better go to bed, because you don't want to end up like me, forgetting names and losing games. But okay, yeah, that's what she can do as far as damage is concerned. She doesn't do too much damage. However, with every mage character, if you build critical max items, you will deal a decent amount of damage. That really does work, especially if you put some of them in the back, then work with their power, work with their attack. It will really strengthen them and make them deal some serious damage. But only if you build critical max items. Building weakness and things like that, not exactly something I would recommend, because you want to deal as much damage as you can with AoE mage characters like her. Now, in every King of the Arena guide video, I love finding opponents that can defeat me in my original build. So what I'm going to do really quick, and then I'm going to demonstrate what Spike can do, what his advantages are, and what his disadvantages are in Arena, after I demonstrate what my advantages are having Calderon on my team and having a death build. Calderon is an incredible addition to any death build team due to his ability to debuff and remove negative buffs on your team, and at the same time increasing your 3 to 5 target AoE attack damage. This is a very deadly ability, and it really does work with Nox's debuff ability as well. Sometimes the entire enemy team does not get debuffed from Calderon. After all, he only attacks 3 enemies with his debuff ability. You need someone else on your team that can debuff, and Nox is a great character for any death build team. Not only because of his ability to cast such strong death status effect abilities, but he also has a great debuff ability that can also increase skill seeding. That is a very good addition to any death build team. And if you do not have a Nox on your team, why are you even building a death build team? Nox is a great tank as well as a great fighter, so he is incredibly universal. He works great in Arena. Not in anywhere else though. Mostly just Arena is where you would see most people using him. So, Nox is a great hero to bring along with you. But right now we're going to talk a little more about Calderon. Or Carl. I don't know why I call him Calderon. I think someone else called him Calderon, and I've been calling him Calderon for quite some time now because of that. But I think his name is Carl. Carl Huron, I believe. But the reason I put Carl on my team is, well, first of all, he's not only a fighter, but he has some really strong support aspects to him. So he can both deal damage and he can seriously support your team, which is very uncommon in the fighter kingdom in Seven Knights. Very few fighters are very supportive, and having a death build team, I need some kind of character that can support me in some way. And at first I thought that was going to be Spike, but after a little while Spike became a nuisance because the AI continued to use him and preferred to use him over my other heroes, and that became a serious problem for me and cost me many games. So I decided to take a good look at Calderon, or Carl if you may call him. Carl is a great hero, just all around great hero. Great fighter, great support, and once I found this out, that's when I decided to add him to my team, and he always helps me out when I need it. He is a great hero, and I'm saying that while he's laying dead on the ground. But yeah, Carl is a great addition to your death build team, because he can also protect you from status effects, but that is not all he can do. He can also weaken the enemy team. He is a great hero for weakening. He's amazing. Sometimes I even bring him along with me in Castle Rush. Not all the time, but I do like to bring him along with me every once in a while. Especially back when I didn't have too many good raid heroes
that could actually weaken, I really brought Carl along with me because he can remove those negative status effects that the Knights inflicted on me in Castle Rush. And that was really helpful for me. I know a lot of people want to use Spike, though. I know they want to because Spike is a really cool hero in general, and people will probably prefer him over Carl, but the truth is, Carl, I just think he's just all around better than him. I mean, he does more damage, he can debuff, and his awakening skill, no, it doesn't do as much damage, but at least it stuns, and that stun lasts even if you hit them. The stun doesn't break, it doesn't go away. It lasts for a good while. Frost, it lasts a good while too, but if you attack the person who's in Frost, their Frost breaks, and then they're freed from their Frost, and then they can hurt you again, and that's not a good thing. So, that's why I kind of prefer the stun over the Frost. So, that's another reason why I like to use Carl over Spike. But be that as it may, Spike does have some really, really good characteristics to him that make him an amazing hero. One of those being is his awakening skill, and the fact that he can freeze in general. I know I was owning freeze earlier and saying it was a horrible status effect, and I didn't really like it too much. But the truth is, freeze can be decent. It can be decent, and it does deal a decent amount of damage. And as I said, it can find its uses in certain situations, but the damage of his awakening skill is probably what's going to really affect the battlefield, and it's been really affecting my battlefield. When I first got him, it was seriously affecting my battle. It changed the tides of battle so many times when I used it. It was seriously helpful to me. Just when it seemed like I was about to lose, that awakening skill turned everything around for me. Everything. And it changed everything. It changed the battle completely, and it helped me win the game multiple times. Even saying that, though, I still don't think he's a better hero than Carl. I really do prefer Carl. He's been helping me this whole time, and he helped me win this battle here, as you can see. And another thing that actually really helped me in this battle was Dellen's max HP, so that's something else I should talk about before I go off into a huge subject about Carl. His max HP is a serious situation when you have fighters on your team, so be sure you build that max HP. That max HP will seriously save your life. But now I'm getting into the subject of Spike. I'm going to have to showcase him because someone asked me to showcase Spike's new ability, his new passive ability in Arena. And I'll do it, but I have to tell you, my Spike sucks. He really does suck. I don't have any really good weapons for him. And, well, I did win one round. I did win one, but it wasn't because of Spike. It was actually because of Chris. Chris saved my life that time, but I might try to level Spike up to 50 a little bit later on, but probably not until the very last because I have some other powerful heroes I've got my eye fixed on right now, and I probably won't pay any attention to Spike until a little later. But here's Spike for you. What Spike does, is I've mentioned this like a million times, is what he really does is instead of just dropping his HP down to 1, this is actually kind of cool, and I'm glad to go over it again, honestly. Instead of dropping his HP down to 1, he recovers full health, which is great, but he can still be pierced. His Void Shield can still be pierced, he can still die quickly by piercing abilities. But even in saying that, he's still a pretty strong hero. And if you want to level him up to 46, it's honestly kind of all in your opinion on who you feel like is better for you. In my opinion, I feel like the AI just uses him too much. That's why I don't really use him in Arena. Say the AI didn't use him a bunch and he had a debuff ability, I'd use him all the time. I'd even use him over Carl. But he doesn't have a debuff ability and he just isn't as good as Carl. The AI doesn't use Carl a bunch of times like it does him. So Carl is just an all-around better hero in my opinion. Man, my fellow gamer, I don't think I've ever been this tired. Truth is, I exhausted myself yesterday by going to the gym. I didn't think 7 nights would last this long with the update, but yeah, I went to the gym, I exhausted myself, I was ready to go to bed right after I recorded the video reviewing the new hero. I was not expecting to do a King of the Arena video this soon, because I usually record quite a few videos before I release another King of the Arena video, because I really like this series. I want to take my time with it. I want it to be special. I want to make sure that everything I'm saying is accurate in these videos. So that's why I want to get some experience in myself before I usually upload another King of the Arena video. But I wanted to upload this one as a special treat for you guys and gals out there, because you waited so long for this update. You've waited so long, and some of you have stayed up longer than even I have to get this update. And bless your heart, really, you waited all this time, and you're really tired. So I thought to myself, you know what, I just can't let them down. They've waited so long, so they deserve something a little more than just a couple heroes they don't need. And that was the reward for the wait, by the way. 7 nights, they gave us, I believe it was a couple 6-star heroes, but they weren't selectors though. I really was hoping it could be a selector, so I can try to level up my Spinna, because I do really desperately need a better raid hero than the ones I have. I have a lot of AoE characters, most based for Arena. Most of their strengths are based for Arena. That's what I'm trying to say. Sorry about that. I'm still very tired, so sorry if my words barely sound like English. Sorry about that. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is most of my heroes are meant for Arena. They're not really meant for anything else, so I really do desperately need some better raid heroes. I mean, I have Seg and I have Rachel, but I really do need someone who can deal a little more damage in raid. I mean, Delens could do some really great damage in raid. I mean, amazing damage in raid. But I don't really have anyone else other than him and Seg and Rachel. So I really do need Spinna. She was definitely a necessity for me. When she came out, she was just an all-around great news for me. So yeah, I'm really glad I got Spinna. But unfortunately, they didn't give us a selector, so I can't level her up. And that was annoying to me. But don't worry, I'm planning on leveling her up sometime in the future. But what happened here is Chris saved the day. I mentioned this earlier. Chris saved my behind in this battle. Spike, he did use his Awakening Seal, but it didn't really turn the tides of battle the way I wanted it to. Chris kind of saved the day by reviving everybody. So yeah, you can thank Chris for that. Oh, and another thing. A lot of you are probably wondering why I have Evan on my team. A little while ago, I said I was going to use Neja a little more often, because, well, she doesn't have that shield ability, and the AI usually uses the shield ability first in Arena, and to avoid that, people would use Neja. But the reason I don't use Neja is she does not last as long as Evan. Evan is just a trooper. He lasted this whole fight, and he still has full health. Full health. He has not died yet. The enemy is really having a hard time trying to kill him. That's the reason I put him on the team, is because he's such a thick tank. He's really strong in the Korean version. On the global version, he doesn't seem to be doing that well, but hopefully they will update the game and update his skills like they did in the Korean version. But what bugs me the most about the Korean version, I know this is off subject, but you know, not really. It's not really off subject. It's kind of on subject. Is I'm still not understanding why they nerfed Evan. I'm still not getting why they nerfed him. I just don't understand why they did that. He was perfect the way he was. He didn't need to be nerfed. 7 Nights developers, if you're watching this, please do try to beef up Evan just a little bit, because I really do miss having him on my team. He's a great hero, but ever since you guys nerfed him a little bit, he's been a little bit of a drag, and I haven't been able to use him, and I just decided not to even get him. and just stick with Helena. And Helena is an all-around great tank in the global version. She's like the new Evan. She's amazing. But yeah, that is what Spike can do in Arena. Carl is a lot better in Arena. As you can see, I won 2 games in a row with Carl, and I only won 1 game with Spike. That's because the AI loves to use Spike's abilities, and I believe that I was told that it has something to do with weakness. I forgot who told me about that, but yes, someone says it had something to do with his weakness attack. And by the way, a part of the special edition video, I want to mention a few things about the Dark Knights. I have a theory about the Dark Knights that, you know how the 7 Knights usually get all their really, really nice skin sets and everything? They look all pretty, all angelic. Well, I believe that once all the Dark Knights are released, they're going to have their own skin sets as well. And they're probably going to be something a little more sinister, a little more dark, a little more evil. So I'm going to expect that in the future from developers. I'm pretty sure they're already thinking about that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are thinking that, yeah, the Dark Knights are probably going to get their own skin set. But another thing I wanted to mention is the level cap. Pardon me again if I'm stammering just a little bit. I'm sorry, I really am sorry about that. But the level cap has been increased to level 50, which means you have to farm for more Delins, more Knights. You have to level your characters up again. Some of us were expecting this and were prepared. Me, I was expecting it too, but unfortunately the maintenance dragged on for quite some time, and it made me miss completely. It made me miss the elemental dungeon today, and I could not get my fire elemental the way I wanted to, because I know I was going to get a selector for special heroes the next day. So when the update came out and the cap was increased, I would have another Delins to increase him to level 48 as soon as I possibly could. But unfortunately, the maintenance dragged on for way too long, and that means I have to wait another week, or I have to grind a really long time to try to find another fire elemental, because right now I only have 2. I need 3 in order to level Delins up to a 6-star, so I can increase my main Delins cap to level 48. But yeah, that's the new update. The main things of the new update. But oh, I almost forgot. We are going to take a very special look at Vanessa's awakening skill. Vanessa has a very unusual awakening skill, so you're in for a very big surprise, my fellow gamers. Now I'm gonna test something real quick, my fellow gamers, before I end this video. Is I am going to use his awakening skill, and I'm going to see if she resets awakening gauges with her awakened ability. I don't know if these enemies are strong enough for that, but I'm still gonna give it a try. I should have probably went to a stronger level. Probably should have. Yeah, now that I'm taking a good look at it, I probably should have went to a stronger level, but that's alright. So far it looks like the enemies are surviving long enough. Let's see. Let's see if she resets awakening gauges, like I said. She does reset awakening gauges, my fellow gamers. She does reset awakening skill gauges with that awakened skill, but I do not believe it resets hers. No, it does not. So, this is how you use her, my fellow gamers, and I'm pretty sure you can probably guess it right away. Use all of your awakening skills, all of them except hers, and then you use her awakening ability, which I believe that revives as well as heals.
My sincerest apologies, my friends.
awakens. Wraith King was too stupid and tired to realize this, but her awakening form returned her to a little girl, which is not only adorable, but this also alters her abilities and effects. So be sure to use this awakening skill wisely when you're on the battlefield, and probably not the best idea to use in arena because we all know the AI is a moron. But anyways, I will have to return the video to Wraith King.
All of your teammates, and it restores their awakening gauge as well, I believe. Now this is an incredibly powerful awakening skill. Yes, it's a passive one, but it is incredibly powerful, my fellow gamers. Incredibly. So yes, she is an incredible incredible hero. But anyways, that's all the time I got for this video, my fellow gamers. I hope this was a good video. I really worked hard on it. I wanted it to be special for you guys and gals because we all had to wait a really long time, and I feel bad that we all had to wait. So hopefully this was a breath of fresh air for you guys and gals out there. Take it easy for me, alright? Bye.